Hi, my name's Moana Nottage. I'm a senior analyst in the ESG and sustainability team at Alphinity Investment Management. Today, I'll be talking about a recent research trip to explore how mining companies in Western Australia are managing their environmental and social impacts on the ground. I met with a bunch of mining companies, visited South 32's bauxite mine just 2 hours south of Perth, and Pilbara Minerals lithium mine up near Port Hedland, and I'm excited to share some of those takeaways today. One of the most insightful parts of the trip was meeting with the Robe River Guruma and the Yinawonka Aboriginal Corporations, which are native title holders in the Pilbara. Their insights into co-management, compensation, and shared benefits really brought to life, I think, the evolving relationship between miners and First Nations communities. It's great to see more miners making the effort to connect with traditional owners through active engagement, mine redesigns, informal chats, and time on country. But these corporations are pretty sophisticated and really continuing to pursue things like better royalty deals, opportunities in jobs and procurement, and even past compensation. South 32's bauxite mine at Boddington was another standout. The rehabilitation program is pretty impressive, and they're using things like seed banks, satellite monitoring, and biodiversity tracking to bring back 75 to 90% of original plant species to mined areas. That said, it did feel like Western Australia's environmental rules are getting tougher, and companies are clearly needing to invest in biodiversity experts, having to collect detailed species data and plan offsets early to secure mining approvals and expansion plans. I was also interested in the progress to electrify mines, which can be tough sometimes in remote areas where there often isn't a grid connection available or nearby. There's a lot of investment that we heard going into solar, wind, batteries, and switching from diesel to gas. Pilbara Minerals' hybrid energy system has already cut energy costs by 20%. They've got a really exciting electric calciner trial which could really transform how lithium midstream processing looks in Australia. I think this is an area to watch because it could really cut emissions from transporting lithium and bring higher value to the domestic lithium market, which previously hasn't been captured before. On mental health, well-being, and psychosocial safety, it's clearly also getting more attention. Pilbara Minerals, for example, is using an 8-6 FIFO roster up in Pilgangura, so that's 8 days on, 6 days off, which is quite a big shift from the usual 2 weeks on and 1 week off structure. I really did feel like technology plays a role and is playing a role to reshape the mining sector. We heard that AI is being used in things like mineral recovery in copper, autonomous vehicles, and even it's quite exciting to see TOMRA systems, bottling, sorting technology, which you'd usually see in a return and earn type machine being used to sort lithium at the Pilgangura mine. In saying that, I think environmental regulations, permitting risks, and First Nations relationships are areas to watch. So getting this level of detail and insight on the ground really strengthens our own analysis of ESG and sustainability risks, gives us insight into company priorities, and improves our overall engagement program with portfolio and prospect stocks. For more information, you can see a more detailed overview of the trip on our website.